Hey, I checked out Monster Days at Long and McQuade. I get to travel for work sometimes, so I got to go down to three of them in 2 days, and I'm going to a fourth tomorrow. I just happen to need to get to Windsor, all the way down to Windsor tomorrow. So, yeah, I went to three Long and McQuades and checked out Monster Days, played a bunch of gear, tried a bunch of stuff, and you might be thinking, well, we don't want to hear you talk about gear at Long and McQuade's, to which I say, yes, you do. You're already here. The video's already playing. Just put it on your second monitor. You can do your Excel on the first monitor or your solitaire or whatever it was you're doing on the first monitor, and you can listen to me ramble about visiting three Long and McQuade's in 2 days for Monster Days, June 1st to 30th. There are a lot of good deals. Oh, and you're probably thinking, what are you doing in Long and McQuade? Aren't you pissed at them? Whatever. I'm on day 47. My Tascam's still pooched. Whatever. That doesn't change the fact that Long and McQuade's the biggest music store in Canada. So if I want to go like put my hands on guitars, what else am I gonna do? I got my local guys, but they only have what they have. Um, I just got a weird message in my bottom corner for Quest for Gear. What? Oh man. I just got a weird. I can't point to it because it's like got some private information. I just got a weird message, Mike. I think I just got an offer. Weird. Okay. Anyway, stop sending email to my bottom right corner. Anyway, what were we talking about? I had to shut my email. Some weird stuff going on with my email. Okay. I visit. Oh, aren't I fighting with these guys? Yeah, but I still got a shop there. My local stores are great too, but I mean, I'm an impulse buyer. I like hunting stuff down and finding it in the store and putting my hands on it and then buying it. Everybody, Long and McQuade, and everybody goes, we can order it for you. Yeah, so can I. I have Amazon too, right? And when you order stuff from them, some of my locals or Long and McQuade, you order into the abyss. You're like, yeah, go ahead and get that for me. There's no ETA. There's no status update. It could take 2 weeks. It could take 3 weeks. Very often, it's never. Mike at I Love Recording does not have that experience with Long and McQuade ordering stuff. He's got his stuff. He doesn't like Music Red One or Music Redone or however the hell you say that weird name. I'm the opposite. I always get my stuff from Music Red One Redone, whatever the heck they're called. I always get my stuff. And my girlfriend is going to be Christmas presents there. Boom, no problem. She's also done Moog Audio. And yes, I'm saying that right. Moog is Bob Moog, the synth company. In Canada, we have a music store called Moog Audio. It's different saying. Yeah, Mike's never had that problem at Long and McQuade. I'm telling Mike Forrester over at I Love Recording, look, I've ordered from Long and McQuade at least 3 times online. Never get my crap. Never, never, never. I just give up. Anyway, man, am I rambling. Okay, the first Long and McQuade, London South, got down to London, Ontario, just real armpit of the world in terms of traffic. I hate the traffic there. It's a good store. When you walk in, the dudes and the girls are friendly. Right now, there's an 1176, a warm 1176 on sale. That was a good deal. They had a lot of basses for me to try out. I got to try out a couple Americans. I got to try out the Indonesian Standard. It was great. I tried out, I think it was white. The neck isn't rolled. You guys probably know that, but it was great. I loved it. It was like $8.99. They did have a couple Squires. They had Affinity PJs. I don't want a PJ. I want a P bass. They had no Sonics. They didn't have a lot of low end at all, to tell you the truth. What else did they have there in basses? They had a used American for a really good price. They had a player and they had a player 2. Those were okay. They had some classic vibe stuff there. The classic vibe stuff was on sale as part of this Monster Days thing. And you'd also get a gift card. A lot of the stuff right now, if you buy some things, like let me just go to shop by category. I'm going to go to, I know the Vox AC 15. Let's just go. Vox AC. I'm just showing you, for example. So if I go to the Vox AC 15 C1, right? If I buy this sucker right now, you get a $50 gift card, right? That's something the mom and pops, I guess you could go to your mom and pop and say, look, could I get $50 off? But you hate to do that to a mom and pop, right? But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff like that right now that gives you this instant gift card. Sometimes the gift card's only $20 or $1, or I'm sorry, not $1. That'd be insulting. $10. But yeah, so they had 20 bases in stock at London South, and I played all the Fenders, all the Squires. Really surprised at the Indonesian, which is the Fender Precision Standard. Really surprised, guys. I won't badmouth the Indonesian Standard anymore. People call it Squire by Fender, Fender by Squire, which is funny if you think about that joke. Fender by Squire, Now it was really great. I didn't like the classic vibes, the Squire classic vibes. I found them heavy, and I just did not like the way they felt on my fingers, on the neck. But I did like that Indonesian for $8.99. Maybe I'll buy one tomorrow when I'm down in Windsor. What else? They let you try everything. I tried a 1961 style SG with the little pickguard in worn red. It was too much money for my liking. It was like $1,100. I was not going to take that home for $1,100. I tried a Blues Junior. I tried, what else did I try? A synthesizer. So yeah, it's pretty great. So then the next Long and McQuade, now it's a good half-hour drive, even though it's in the same armpit city. This is the Long and McQuade North. So this is actually where I had some issues. This is where I'd submitted my Tascam, but whatever, they sent it to Ericsson Audio. Any Long and McQuade would have sent it to Ericsson Audio and had the same funny business, I think. Anyway. What did I try there? I went in. They had a lot of bases, mostly SGs. This one is a bigger store. It usually has a little more guitars, a little more basses, good for the used stuff. It usually has nicer pro audio, nicer microphones. There was a Coles 4038 there at one point. It wasn't there when I went. It's got more E-drums. I don't know how anybody buys E-drums for this place because it looks like a bomb went off of E-drums. It's just a mess. Like the northwest corner of this store is just a write-off. It's just an explosion of taped up, weird. It looks like Beetlejuice 2 where Danny DeVito's mopping up, and that girl falls out of the coffin and she's in 7 pieces. That's what it looks like back there in the northwest side of that store. But, and I didn't buy anything in there either. And my not buying anything isn't to do with me being, upset with Long and McQuade. I just was good. Like I got a list of about 12,000 Canadian right now that I need for the studio. It's like Rupert Neve tape emulators. And I got a whole list of things I want. P-Bass. I've said that. I'm going to go probably grab a P-Bass tomorrow, maybe the Indonesian. So I behaved myself at Long and McQuade South, North, and then the next one I'll talk about. What else do they have here? They got a lot of guitars. They got a lot of left-handed guitars. If you're a left-handed guitarist, you want to come check that out. They had a good amount of pedals. They got a whole woodwind area here too. I'm not into that, but they got like your saxophones and your trombones and, flutes and all that crap. If you're into that stuff. Sorry. Today is brought to you by this Golden Lion. It tastes like Golden Lion. Speaking of which, I played, I seen the Lion. They had the Lion pedal. I'm kind of into that again. I know I slagged that pedal before because the Bluetooth doesn't work, which I think is stupid, but man, I've been listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin. I listened to Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a row today. And, what does that do to a person? You're just like, give me a Telecaster and a Supro. Give me a Les Paul and a Marshall. It just does something to you. So, yeah. So anyway, Long and McQuade South, Long and McQuade North. I behaved myself in terms of I didn't buy anything. I wanted to buy so much stuff. I almost bought the Warm 1176 that is used here. I think it was $7.99 or something like that. And they're on sale. They're just on sale anyway. They didn't have any, of course. That is one thing I'll say is that, all the Long and McQuades are actually pretty lame for stocking stuff. You're going to find the same stuff in all the stores down in my area anyway. I don't know up in Toronto. I don't go to Toronto anymore, thank goodness. But I've been going to Long and McQuade since, I don't know, the year 1999, something like that. Anyway, and then I went to what used to be Picker's Alley. You can still see the old sign here. They didn't blur it. Is now Long and McQuade. Why'd they blur that sign? It's freaking weird, Google, for you to do that. Who's that in the window? Is that me? Did the Google car go by when I was there? No, I don't see my car. Look at that. Is that a dent? No, I don't see my car in the parking lot. Who's that lady? Yeah, anyway. So I went here too, and they got the same stuff that they still have. Like I think they got a lot of the old Pickers Alley inventory. They've got the Tweed Blues Junior. They've got the Fender Tone Masters. My beloved J Mascis Telly sold, so that was a bummer. Because I really am gonna buy that probably someday, and frick. You gotta buy it when you see it. The only one in Ontario right now that I know of is a Long McQuade Guelph. Of course, my local guys can order it, but like when, like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, never. Like that's the thing, right? Yeah, I think with this music stuff, especially guitars that you want to put your hands on, because you could have 10 J Mascis Tellys and they could play 10 different ways, right? Like this music stuff, I know you can't stock it all. It's impossible. There's millions of things, but it's so important to try to stock as much of it as possible, especially if you know somebody's sniffing for something like that, right? Anyway, what else do they got here? They got pianos, they got drums, they got a pretty nice guitar section. They got a lot of basses. They did have the PJ Affinity that everybody has in stock right now. But again, I behaved myself. I didn't buy anything. I like these guys too. These are nice guys here at the Sarnia store. And when I get my Tascam shipped, the used one that I'm supposed to look at to see if it's an okay, someday, it's day 47 of this crap. It's supposed to go there, so we'll see. But anyway, that is my little tour of Monster Days so far. And I'm going tomorrow, so, I've just been to 3 Long McQuades and didn't buy anything. So, tomorrow's going to be a bad day for my credit card. I'm going to spank that MasterCard real hard. Yeah, I just am. I mean, I got a list of $12,000 worth of stuff I want for the studio. So it's what I do. It's Quest for Gear, right? And you're like, $12,000 of stuff. How do you afford it? I'm really bad with money. That's all. Anyway, hey, it's been Quest for Gear. Thanks for watching.